NBA YoungBoy never broke again, boy. He broke a Billboard record, which is at this point has become pretty normal. But this Billboard record, you could argue, is like, I'll explain why I'm talking about that, like that about this record. NBA YoungBoy may catch flack for dropping more projects than some labels' entire year, but you can't say it hasn't paid off. According to Billboard, he just broke an absurd record on the Media Corporation's 200 albums chart, making him a literal one of one in this metric. YB's new album, Massa, recently became his 34th album to chart on the Billboard 200. 34 albums is insane. And officially made him the rapper with the most entries on this chart of all time. For those curious, the previous record holder was E40. The LP debuted at number 6 on the charts with 49,000 sold first week in the United States. NBA YoungBoy's massive success also marked his 16th top 10 album on Billboard 200. He's tied with Jay-Z and Nas for the third most top 10 entries among MCs. They're behind Drake with 17 and Future with 18. As for the general rapper list on the Billboard 200, Snoop Dogg has 30 entries. Gucci Mane and Tech 9 have 29. Lil Wayne and Nas have 24. Jay-Z has 23. Tupac has 21. And Future has 20. I'm assuming they're counting collab albums and EPs and LPs and, whatever. I think they're counting just everything that has the person's name attached to it in terms of albums and projects. Because Jay-Z solo albums has not dropped 23 solo albums. I think he's dropped 13, 14, something around there. So collab albums, Beyonce. I don't know what other projects you could count, but that's crazy for NBA YoungBoy to be tied with Jay-Z and Nas right now. But here's why I said earlier, this record doesn't really mean much. It's top 10 entry for albums. For singles, like if you're in the top 10 on the Hot 100, which is competing with every genre, that's good. Usually a single in the top 40 is a huge success. If you get to 40 and then below and you're staying there, you're not just, hey, I touched number 27 and I fall off, or I debut at number 1 and I start to fall off. Like if you stay in the top 40 for a long time, you got a successful song. With albums, a little bit different, right? Albums can fall off a lot quicker because usually the first week the hype's there, and then by the second week it dies down, third week, fourth week, and it just starts to fall off for most people. Some albums stay on the charts for a little longer, but so a top 10 debut doesn't really matter like that because of how quick the albums start to fall off. Like if you debut at number 1, sometimes debut at number 1, you'll end up at like number 13 the next week. Like just that quickly, because the first week sales is what usually the hype is at. And then after that, if the album doesn't really hit like it's supposed to, it starts to fall off. And with that first week hype, yeah, you can drag people in to listen to it and check it out. But if they don't stay, what does it really matter? So if your album debuted at number 7, right, in the top 10, and it falls off to number 30 the next week, who cares that you got a number 7 slot? It's like a song debuted at number 87. Do you really give a shit at a song debuted at 87? No, it doesn't matter. That song, you don't know right now what song is on the Billboard Hot 100 at 87. You can't name a single song that you listened to that was at number 87 on the Billboard Hot 100 that you know was at number 87. Because it just doesn't matter. Unless you're in the top 10, or at least the top 40 matters for radio play. So that's why I say top 40, because radio play usually picks up top 40 records. They don't, anything out of the top 40 usually doesn't get played as much. So if you're in the top 40, you're doing well because you're getting radio play, you're getting streams, you're getting all this stuff. And people might say, hey, I don't give a fuck about radio play. That's outdated, old school. Crazy enough, a lot of people still listen to the radio. I know that's surprising, but there are people out here who just, want to listen to the radio, want to listen to random songs. They don't want to, have to be their own curator when it comes to music. So it's a great feat, but it's just really, NBA YoungBoy is just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Like 34 albums is utterly ridiculous. The guy has like 13, 14 kids too. It's like the guy just drops shit and he needs to get a vasectomy done because he's just having kids out of nowhere too, like crazy. He's only like 25 years old and has 13 kids. Like that's insane. So the guy just decides to just do whatever he wants to do at the moment. And impact wise, I don't know. I've gone through a couple NBA YoungBoy albums, but a lot of them sound the same. I mean, right now, just one got announced with DJ Khaled hosting it, What's interesting about that project is it's not an album, it's a mixtape. But what's interesting about that mixtape is Kevin Gates is featured on one track. So I think NBA YoungBoy and Kevin Gates have fixed their relationship, which is really cool because NBA YoungBoy and Kevin Gates have great chemistry on music together. The 4 tracks that they made, I need a whole fucking album with them together. I would love to hear that. But yeah, round of applause for NBA YoungBoy. Great feat, but top 10. If it was number 1, he would be amongst like legends. But yeah, regardless, still a great feat.